Hello and welcome back to another video with Amulani. This is episode 9 in my Dwarf Fortress Let's Play Season 2 series. Now last episode we did actually get some migrants. I accidentally dismissed the alert, but I am, before we hit play, going to go in and look at that. We have just hit early summer as well, so I am going to also be, before we hit play, looking at setting stuff up for the trader who's coming in autumn. All right. So first things first, we're going to go through the alerts here. Olan, Kivish, and Ming have gone from being recruits back to the woodcutter, cook, and fish cleaner. They're in our military. Training ended. It's the first day of summer, so training ended. Our military is actually on the same schedule of they are all training in spring and autumn, which I don't love, but that's okay. So we have our woodcutter back, and we're going to take advantage of that. Okay. Summer has arrived on the calendar. You have struck Tetrahedrite. Kivish has become an axe dwarf, so they gain skill as an axe dwarf. An animal has grown to become a stray hunting dog. We'll need to look at that. Logum has created a masterpiece wood bin, and we have a masterpiece figurine. Okay. A couple of work orders have been established, and then a farmers guild has been established. So the group of migrants that came, we went from 29 up to 47 on our population, and a few of those must have been farmers. I am really going to look at it and see if we can't get a couple more miners and see if we can get a miners guild established as well. But okay, so that is one of the early floors that I was wanting to get dug is the kitchen floor. So that's not going to be a big deal to get that. We may not get it done within the year. Depends on how many miners we can get going. The mining is kind of what we're waiting on for just about everything. So we'll see if we can get that done in the year. Zasset. Cancel spin threat. Okay, so let's go check out the hunting dog. So oh, right, he's not trained yet. Okay, so we can get him assigned to an animal trainer, which actually, let's go through our migrants first before we do that. Okay, so we did have, I'm looking here on the right, so apparently now they can come in with the mining task, with the woodcutting task, or with the fishing task. They can come in without already assigned. That did not used to be the case, so I would always come in and look here on the right side to who was not assigned as to who our new folks were. But now I know Solon came in as a miner, so we're going to click on Solon here. And we do have our military open. We are going to be looking at that as we look. All right, so items. I'm also going to start checking their items. They came in with a bismuth bronze pick. Okay. And then all of the clothing they came in with, none of it's worn. All of it has the brackets. Okay. No, they do have a spouse and a kid. Solon recovers quickly, has low willpower, is acquiescing, is weak, resists sickness, and scatterbrand. Okay. They are a skilled miner and an adequate trapper. We didn't have the trapper before. So nice. When we go in to make the traps, we can assign Solon to that. So I will assign them to the animal care as well. I don't think we're going to add, because they're low willpower and weak, I don't think we're going to add them to the military. And we're just going to leave them as a minor. Okay, let's come down. We have an animal caretaker who came, Logan. They are an adequate animal caretaker and adequate kilder. They have a spouse as well. I'm going to check out the items. They came in, so these are the clothes it looks like that they migrated with. None of them have the X, so none of them are worn. All of them have the bracket. Okay. And Logum disdains fairness, has good memory, over-reliant on advice, resists sickness, tough, and high kinesthetic sense. So the disdains fairness, I'm going to add them to the military, 100%. But the squad here is is for our justice system, and the disdains fairness, I don't think I want that in my justice system. And they're over reliant on advice that pretty sure I don't want them in my justice system. So I'm going to add them here. You know, I didn't look at who that was. Logum. And let's go ahead and add them to the animal care and farming. And they are we're getting a whole bunch of gelders. So far, we're gelding a bunch of animals, so that I guess that's a good thing. But okay, so Logum Idinis. Okay, I'm gonna sort by name. Logum. Okay. We're gonna come down. We got a crafter who came in. Adequate leather worker. Yes. Uh-oh. Meditate on fire. I'm going to check out the items first here. So it looks like they came in. This is all the clothing they came in with. It all has the brackets, and none of it is worn, looks like. Okay. They disdain merriment. They have low stamina. They are frail. They are not greedy. They disdain perseverance, and they are frenetic. So not someone to add to the military, and nothing wrong with that. You know, I'm actually kind of curious, too. I'm going to read some of the thoughts here. Interested in having an intellectual discussion with an acquaintance after communing with Zulban. After watching a performance, wonder, remembering communing, wonder after communing. Okay, so they haven't had a whole lot to do, so they're kind of taking advantage of our social fort, which, yeah, so they are actually over here in our temple. Didn't feel anything after seeing a giant come in with dead body. So that was probably when they were coming in. I wonder if there's a dead one somewhere. We kind of have dead vermin a lot of places here. Okay. So adequate leather worker. Labor, we're going to come over to crafting. We're going to add them to crafts. We're also, right now, they are a leather worker, so we're going to come over and we're going to add them to our leather working. So leather bags, leather water skins. Looks like we do need some more backpacks and quivers, so I am going to just set those up. So leather backpack, quiver, and we're going to do 5 and 5. Perfect. And then actually we're also going to do a batch of leather shoes. Pair of shoes, gloves, mittens. So shoes, and we'll do 5. Okay. And, you know, I'm curious. What do we have? We have milk and milk. Oh. We'll come in and look at this in a second. Do we have any cheesemakers? I'm curious. We do have a cheesemaker. So I think we'll add the cheesemaker here, and we'll do make cheese on repeat until it's out, so that the milk doesn't go bad. Come now, we have another fish cleaner who is an adequate fish cleaner. They are frail, ungrateful, patient, good with language, overconfident, and inclined to abstract. So we're not going to add them to the military, but we are going to add them as a scribe because they are good with language. language. Items, looks like they came in with everything has a bracket, nothing's worn. So we're going to leave... We're going to add them to fishery work. I'd like to get a fishing guild. So I don't want to... everyone that comes in that has it, for the most part, have been assigning elsewhere just because we just need stuff elsewhere. But I think I'm going to leave them just on the fishing. And they're good with language, so I'm also going to add them as a scribe. Who was that? Shoot. That was, I think, Muth Cat. Yeah, good with language, Muth Cat. Okay, so let's come in to our library. We're going to add another scribe. We're going to sort by name. Yeah, Muth Cat. Okay. So nice. We have another scribe. Our broker's kind of just incredibly busy. All right. Let's keep going. They got, because they're a scribe, they got moved down. Okay. So now we have a whole bunch of farmers who came in, which is nice. So we have an adequate brewer and an adequate spinner. They are also good with language. Items, I'm going to come in and check. Looks like nothing is worn. Okay. They are good with language, value, romance, not dutiful, lustful, poor social awareness, and strong. The fact that they're strong, I may wind up making this guy a miller. So labor, I'm going to come down and I'm going to add them to farming. Now they are good at spinning and brewing. Niche, I think we have set to a whole bunch of things. So let's go in and look at Niche. Niche is an adequate brewer. So I think we're going to switch out the brewer. Niche has some other things to do. So I think C-Lab we're going to add. And we're going to and yes, C-Lab is also an adequate spinner, but I think we're just going to let them get the brewing. And we'll go ahead and brew from plant. Let's go check. Oh, and C-Lab I think was also good with language, so we need to add C-Lab as a scribe. Actually, I'll leave C-Lab. Yeah, we'll add C-Lab. Okay. Since we already have the Farmers Guild, I don't mind doing that. Okay. Come down. So Tobul has a spouse and 6 kids. I'm curious. So the spouse and 1 kid came, looks like. Okay. Items, they came with, looks like they've already picked up a docile earring here, and then the clothing they migrated with does not look worn. Alright. They're an adequate herbalist and gilder, and a novice animal caretaker and trapper. Okay, I don't mind having another herbalist. That'll be good. Potentially... we have so many gilders. Oh my gosh. They have high social awareness. They are strong. Disdain introspection. Unassertive. Good focus. And disdains fairness. With the high social awareness and disdains, I think... I want this guy to be, I think, in the melee. Military. The disdains fairness, I don't know that I really want to leave them here. For right now, Tobul will go here. I think once they have some training, we'll get them moved and maybe make them a military leader for a new squad. That was Tobul. Okay. So then we need to add Tobul to animal care, farming. I am going to add them to herbing since they are an adequate herbalist. Okay. They are novice Mark's Dwarf. Actually, you know what? Tobul, remove assignment. Tobul is going to get added here. Okay, perfect. And then we can also add Tobul to hunting. Labor, I think we're going to come in. We're going to look at the hunting. We are going to add Tobul because they're already kind of going outside. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's go look at Id. So Id is a beekeeper. Id is creative, disdains fairness, humorless, not altruistic, recovers quickly, good memory. So potentially good for the military. They also, we have lots of disdains fairness. They have a spouse and some kids. The spouse came, but none of the kids came. Items. Looks like the items all have brackets, so none of it's worn. So I am going to add them to the beekeeping. That being said, I do kind of feel like we could also, you know what? Let's also add them as a planter. Give them something to do. Because we're not going to get the beekeeping up and running for a while. Planting is also a little while off, but we'll get that up and running as soon as we can here. They are creative, recovers quickly, good memory. The fact that they're creative, I'm debating. We could, they're just not going to have anything to do right now. So we could potentially add them as something in the, like a clothier person. Free up our militia commander. Or just keep them. The fact that they're creative, I think that's going to be, yeah, they have an unmet need to craft object. I don't think we can keep them only in farming. They're an adequate beekeeper. I think we are going to add them to crafting. They will get to be part of our Farmers Guild, as it is. And it disdains fairness. I don't think I'm going to add this person to the military. Oh, cause trouble. Or are we? They are humorless and not... Yeah, I just don't think I want to add them to the... Honestly, we need to get a second melee squad going. Because a lot of what gets added to our sheriff squad is for the justice system. And I really am being very particular about the traits of the dwarves that I add to that particular one. That being said, we kind of need somebody to get trained up a little bit so that we can... I do kind of want to add this person to the military. Okay, I've made a note for myself. I will add them later to a melee squad once I have one created. That is not part of the Capture the Guards. Okay, let's look at Udib. Oh, id. We did add them to crafting. Let's go add id over here to the clothing. You know what? Nope, we're going to leave the militia commander. That being said, maybe we add... Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to free up the broker. We'll add id here. And make them our bone crafter. That being said, they're going to gain skill in the crafting very quickly. So I think I will shut off the shell crafts momentarily. You know what? We'll come in and we'll do like 10 shell crafts. Okay. Let's keep going. We do have Udib, who is a cook. They came in with... Looks like nothing is worn at all. It has the brackets. The brackets meaning... my theory is the brackets is like stuff that comes in with them from outside our fortress. And it won't have the brackets if it's made in our fortress, is my theory. And then the worn is it doesn't have X's on either side. So let's see here. They value eloquence. They are sloppy. They have good spatial sense, not musical, resilient, and sickly. So the good spatial sense is good for the military. And resilient, I think, is probably pretty good for the military, but the sickly makes me think not so much. 2 kids, both came. All right, so let's definitely add them to the farming. And I'm going to come check out our kitchen here. Kivish is who we had assigned. Kivish is proficient, so I think we're going to leave Kivish as our cook. That being said, Kivish I will take off of the planting. And Udib I think we'll put on planting. So labor, let's come over to planting. Let's take Kivish off of planting. And then add Udib. Its name. Okay, so we have 2 people in planting. For right now, Udib's not going to have a whole lot to do, and that's okay. We have a shearer. Oh, nice. We have an adequate shearer. Okay. They came in with, looks like everything that they came in with, there's no X's on it, so none of it's worn, and it does all have brackets. They value self-control. They disdain artwork. They have good focus, resist sickness, good intuition, and they value peace. I'm adding this person to our sheriff's squad. They are an adequate shearer. I am going to add them to cooking. Or farming, rather. We are going to Olin. Omafol. Olin. Name. So Olin. And honestly, Olin may wind up becoming one of our militia captains for stuff. And then that was an adequate shearer. So we're going to come up and assign them shearing. Okay, so let's go in. Olin is an adequate shearer. We're going to come in, we're going to do work order on the shearing. Shear animal 1. Restarts daily. or restart if completed, checked daily. And then sharing workshop. Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna check and see if we have anybody with milking skill. We do have a novice milker. Blell is hunting. They are. I'm gonna go check out a Blell. That Blell just has so much to do. They're an herbalist, novice butcher, novice milker. And we do have them assigned to animal care as well. So actually, I mean, the hunting and herbing is going to keep them busy. We could add them also as a milker, but I think, you know what? I think we will. Worker, we're going to add. Let's go. Upload. Work order. Milk animal. This will just be one. Same thing. We want them to restart if completed, check daily. This is a milker workshop. Okay, let's keep looking. I was considering adding Olin to the milking profession. Like the shearers, spinners, I think we need to go in and do Doran. We skipped over Doran. We assigned Doran to our workshop, but haven't actually assigned them to stuff. So items. Does not look like anything is worn here, and everything does have the brackets. So here they value tranquility, disdain truth, disdain fairness. They are strong. They are impatient, poor spatial sense. Spouse and 3 kids, all of which came with. Okay. So labor, we are going to add them to farming. They are our cheesemaker. I think we'll leave them as a cheesemaker for now. We could also, they're not going to have a lot to do, so I think we'll add them to the planting. That's what we'll do. Okay. So, but Olin is only a shearer. I was considering adding them as a milker as well. But honestly, we're going to need some threshers, and I think I'll add Olin as a thresher. That's the processing the plants at the farmer workshop. Okay, I made myself a note for that as well. Okay, so let's keep looking here, see if we have anybody else that came in. Looks like we have everybody assigned. So I am glad that we did one of the farmers we also added to crafting. Okay. Now let's come up. And we are going to do a little bit of work here with our woodcutter. We're going to get some stuff chopped down here before we get some more building done. That tree just has to get chopped. That is so dangerous. Okay. And honestly, we're going to chop that one down too. Once we get everything built here, it's fine that trees grow sort of around it. This is something that I kind of discovered in my... Oh, boy. We chopped down a tree here, and that... Oh, it fell in our stockpile. Interesting. Okay, so we'll have to sort of be careful about chopping wood down here. And there's another hole. So basically, what was there was just dirts, or the tree roots. There's another hole. So we'll definitely have to be a little bit careful, because I think a lot of our when we go to do our orchards, that's going to be up here. So we're just going to be very careful not to do like dig anything on the elevation right below. We'll have to make sure to leave that, so we don't get a whole bunch of holes happening. So yeah, this whole area in here, we're just going to have to we may have to come in and cover it with stuff. All right, so I'm going to hit play. Oh, actually, no. We're going to come down and make sure we're getting ready. So work order, prepare lavish meal, prepare fine meal. Which actually, you know what? Lavish meal on repeat. Fine meal. No, I think we do still need to be doing the work orders for both of these. Okay. We are coming up on the traders coming in. I do want to make some toys, but I think we're going to wait until after the traders come to do that. You know what? We'll do just a couple now. So we'll do rock toy, rock toy. We'll make that up a couple of different materials here. Let's go allanite and... You know, we're starting to get a lot of andesite. Okay. So they are making totems and shell crafts here, which is for the trader. We do have the clothing happening. We do have nickel, zinc, iron. The rose gold and black bronze, I do want to make some... You know what? Yeah, it'll be dabbling, but that's okay. So our weaponsmith, I'm fine with that. Let's come in. Let's do other object. And we're just going to use one each. So we're going to come in to... Where is it? The black bronze. And then we're going to do goblets. And we're going to come in and we'll do other object and come down to rose gold. And come down to goblets. Okay. Actually we are going to hit pause. Since our military is starting to get larger, we're going to come in and we're going to make some more training stuff. And I'm okay with doing 10 of each. We are going to also come in and we're going to do 10 more beds. And here they're starting to move the beds. We do actually have quite a few masterpiece beds. That being said, all of these in here for our nobles that are not masterpiece, we're going to go in and swap out. Okay. As you can see, our dorm is getting kind of full. We do kind of need to start working on some bedrooms. We've struck Spiller, right? Cancel spinning, shearing. Okay, make cheese. We're gonna come in. We're gonna swap this out for we're gonna add Olin. And we're gonna come into task. We're going to process plant. And have him come and do that. Okay, so we do have the barracks here. They are starting to, yep, nice, mine out the bedroom here. And I do have this on, what, a 3? And I think we're going to get the bedrooms dug for. The military is are the bedrooms I'm starting with. I want my military to have the bedrooms. No, I need to come down one more. Okay. That's kind of one way that I can help make my military folks a little bit happier. Is they're going to be the first ones getting a bedroom. After that, the next ones getting the bedroom are going to be the kids. Okay. And I'm not going to get bogged down in the bedrooms. I am just going to get these drawn. And we're not going to do the bedrooms this episode. Just going to let them get these dug out. Okay, so 7. Oh, no. Okay. I'm actually really glad that I came in and looked at that. I do need to move this whole thing down 1. 7. Okay, get this redrawn. Because I need the space between the rooms there. Okay. I made that too big. No, I didn't. Okay. I'm not quite. I'm so used to drawing everything horizontally for these. It's weird doing it vertically. All right. That being said, so this needs to come like this. This is 20 over. Okay. And we'll let them get those finished up. So that being said, we are going to come start doing a little bit of. So we've got some doors happening. Okay. We'll do a few cabinets of a couple different colors here. And then we'll do the doors of the same. We are going to be furnishing probably about 10 bedrooms here. So I think we'll do 5, 5, 5, and 5. So for the cabinets, we'll come in. I'm going to do dacite. I'm going to do allanite. And we'll do dacite and allanite for these. And then we'll do a couple cabinet door combos. Eventually, I will work on coffers, but that's just way down the line. I don't need to put chests in the rooms for right now. So cabinet, door. I think we're going to come in. Oh, we do have some cobaltite now, so we'll do cobaltite. And we'll do microline. Get a little bit of variety in there. Okay. This is in prep for those bedrooms. Okay. Now, they are digging these out, so we're going to hit play. Oh, actually, sorry, pause. Petition Guild Hall for the Born Company. So this is a farmer's guild. I'm going to approve. Stray hunting dog, right? We do need to come in. Name. Come down to hunting dog. Get them assigned to a trainer. Okay. We have Stuck Praise, which is a gem. And Zasset has canceled Spin Thread. Okay, so we're going to hit play. They just randomly left the one there, which I'm going to have them come get rid of. Okay, so we do have orpiment on top, and then this was slate on bottom, so I'm going to come in and workshop stoneworker. Here on the left is what goes on the bottom, which is the slate. So looking for slate blocks here. Do I not have any slate blocks? There they are, slate. And then we'll do orpiment. As you can see, they've got bins down. They're starting to move the rock blocks down. This is kind of the big thing over here. They're starting to move all of the boulders around too. So yay. Okay, and we are actually going to get in a couple workshops in here. Stoneworker. Which one did we do first? This is the dacite. Okay, so workshop, stoneworker. So this is dacite blocks. This is gabbro. This is allanite. I'm scrolling quickly here looking for the pink. And I missed it. There it is. And then microline down here. Scrolling quickly looking for the blue. Microline. Okay. Now we're going to come up and check out. Okay, perfect. I'm going to do construction here. We're going to do dirt floor. We're just going to have them come in and do it kind of all the way around. Oh, and dirt floor in here as well. Okay. Let's come in for the trade depot and check and see if we have those hollow beam blocks. We do. So we're going to do top priority, and we're going to have them remove this depot. That being said, I'm going to come in and do floor here and see if we have enough Gabbro blocks. I'm going to start getting this kind of filled in here. Gabbro blocks. Yeah, we do. Okay. Going to come up here. Okay, so we're going to do floor. Like that. This is going to be the dacite. Nice. Oh, we're one short. Okay. Construction. Floor. So we'll just do one less here. Dacite. Get them to come up and do that. Then, that being said, since we don't have enough to we are going to do that and that. We're just making it so that they can come up and I don't have to keep chopping trees to come up and get stuff built. And that being said, we are actually going to come in and we are going to put in Gabbro blocks here for the wall. We are going to extend the floor back a little bit here, so just so that the trees aren't growing right over our entrance here. Now this is just a refuse stockpile. I'm not in a big rush to get these holes plugged. Okay. They're starting to make the doors. Very nice. Okay, so we do have another couple. Nice. Okay, perfect. We're going to come back down, and we're going to get the last coffin down here. There is an andesite coffin. Actually, no, we're not. Okay, but we will do the microline coffin over here. Okay, so here we have the two dacite ones are here. We're going to come and do a couple of doors. Oh, you know what? Get them to come do some smoothing. Before we place the doors. Okay. Alright, come on guys. Come finish. Over here. Okay, so let's see here. In terms of, we do have, so Urist is going to get the fancy bedroom here, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 getting a bedroom here. So we're going to start setting up the furniture. Here they are getting the exceptional beds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so only 3 so far. I'm going to pause. We did have a mischievous creature. I'm guessing it was down in the caverns. So that's the Farmer Guild. Stray Cat has given birth to kittens. We'll go check that out. Milk Animal has been completed. Shellcrafts has been completed. 3 Leather Water Skins has been completed. An animal has become a stray hunting dog. I believe that means they are trained. Let's go check that out. Yep. So we're going to come in. Pets and livestock. They're up here at the top. Going to remove the trainer and then assign them. It just so happens we have our thing open here. We'll assign them to Meg. Okay. Nice. I'll deal with the cats here in a sec. We have gems. Suspended the construction of dirt road. Let's go check that out. Let's resume construction. Okay, perfect. And then several masterwork items, including some of the training swords. Okay, let's go. We will go check that out in a moment. I just want to finish getting our wall in, because I think we do have the... We're going to come out all the way on the microline wall. Nice. Okay. And then... 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we're going to come in a couple over here. So we're going to come in like that. I'm leaving 4 wide on purpose. And then let's go floor. And we'll do 4 gabbro flooring there. The gabbro blocks are there. Nice. Okay. And get some of this flooring in. Now they are starting to, nice, do that up here. I'm gonna come and check out our work orders here. Okay. And honestly, I think we're gonna cancel all of that. Workers, novice, we're gonna cancel all of this. We're gonna get rid of that workshop. I'm not gonna cancel this one yet. But we do have all of these down here, so we're going to start. So workers, novice, work order, rock blocks. Let's do dacite, 40. Work order, rock blocks. Worker, let's come over. Novice. This is going to be gabbro. And let's do 40. You know what? We'll do 60 on both of these. We have more than enough boulders to do that. We're going to come in, workers. Going to go up to novice. We're going to come over to work order. We're going to do rock blocks. The reason why I'm doing it at the workshops is that's the closest they are to those boulder stockpiles, so they don't have to travel as far to make them, is the idea. So this is allanite, and we're going to go ahead and do 40 on the allanite blocks. And then workers. We'll come up to novice. We'll do work order. We're going to do rock blocks. It's going to be microline, and I think we're just going to do another 20. on a microline box. We don't have as much of the microline boulder. So it does look like that faint yellow diamond got dug out. I hope we actually got one of the diamonds. Okay. Yeah, you can see the dwarves on this floor. Lots of wheelbarrows happening. This is the heavy stuff. The boulders are heavy, and the wheelbarrows just help them move that stuff around, which was a big reason why we came in and did a work order for some wheelbarrows. And they're actually, are they made? It does look like they're made. Still working on the beds. Okay. There are 3 more beds sitting there. Okay, nice. So we are going to command furniture, bed. There's a highwood bed and there's that date palm. Perfect. Looking at the dacite and gabbro doors. I'm gonna come take a look here and see. So we did tell it to do dacite and allanite. Okay, so the reason why I'm looking at this is I'm gonna come down to F6 here. And we do have dacite in here. So I think one of the dacite doors can go here. We're gonna hit play. Door, microline door. I want to make sure that we have exceptional doors going in here for the tombs. Okay, and now we have tombs that have some doors. That's good enough. And I can come back down and check that out later. But that's where the 2 gabbro doors are actually supposed to go. So I need to make sure not to use the gabbro doors here. So dacite. We'll do a dacite door. We'll do an allanite door. We'll do a microline door. It's a shame the cobaltite door is not higher quality. I think we'll save that for what about the cobaltite cabinet? You know what? Yeah, I think... Shoot. Pause. I think we'll do another cabinet door combo out of the cobaltite. And see if we can get higher quality. Currently we are going to just get the doors smoothed and where the coffin is going to go in all of these bedrooms. kittens. Okay. We are going to come up and check out. Okay, we're going to resume construction there. Resume construction. So why will it not map build? Okay, we're going to cancel. I'm going to pause. I'm going to come in. Construction, dirt road. And okay, we are going to come in. We're going to do ball right here. Out of the Gabbro blocks. Zoom. There's something in here that it's not liking. What is it? Okay, we're going to cancel. Construct. Different floor. Try that. There they go. They're geometry floor now. Nice. Okay, so resume. I think this is because they keep walking on it. No, okay, so whatever it is, it's something in here that they're not liking. Okay. We're going to come in. We're going to do that last Gabbro wall right there. DOS cyphers up to 17 blocks. Gabbro, okay. So that's 9. I think I'm going to do that out of the DOS site. And then 7, that'll be construct 4. I'm going to come check out our alerts here. You have struck several materials there. Human Mace Man is visiting. I'm guessing that's the petition. Togul has become an herbalist, and it has become a weaver, so they've gained skill in those two things. Lots of work orders have been completed. The door suspended the construction of Allanite door. Let's go. Resume construction. Lots of masterwork items. Training axe, training sword, training axe, training spear, and Gabbro crown. Right, we have kittens. Okay. And then the petition. Eradicating monsters, deny. Eradicating monsters, deny. Okay, so let's look at our kittens here. Okay, we do need someplace for our female kittens with bad traits to go. I'm going to go ahead and rename. we're going to say seeds. We're not going to get the area dug this episode. This episode is getting a little long, but I'm just going to finish going over the kittens here. Seeds. But we will, I'm getting them named for when we do get them moved. So we do have kitchen seeds, kitchen, cat. I'm going to geld this one and do animals. This one is going to go seeds. We're going to geld this one. This is animals. Okay. Yes, nice. This is I'm going to rename this one kitchen. Geld this one. Animals. Geld this one. Animals. And geld this one. Animals. Honestly, this one we could probably sell. The fact that they have a green trait, you know, might be kind of nice, but I'm not quite ready to be selling kittens just yet. Now, I am kind of curious. We do have a few worn items here. Not a ton of value yet. Yep, there's a steel pick. Copper pick. Steel battle axe. Copper battle axe. We are going to need some more tools. Do we still have... we do have our weaponsmith still over here. Nickel. How much iron do we have? I don't think we have a ton of iron. Oops. Let's go look here. We don't have anybody set here. Mr. Mitt's the only one that stayed. I don't know who our other metalworkers are. We have 3 weaponsmiths. Our tavern keeper is busy doing other things. We have our sheriff who's busy doing other things. We have a blacksmith who is a fish cleaner. You know what? We're going to take him off of the fishing. Who was that? That was Bim. They're an adequate fish cleaner now. Yeah, we're going to take... I kind of want him to stay in the metalsmithing. So we're... shoot. So Bim is getting added as a furnace operator then. That's what I was looking at. So Bim is getting added as a furnace operator. Okay. So tasks. We're going to come in. We're going to start smelting a few ores here. Galena, hematite. We need to get some iron, some hematite. We'll do tetrahedrite, sphalerite. Do have native copper. Just get a few different things going here. That being said, I think we need to do another 10 charcoal. And as much as I would love to hit play and let it sort of keep going on the blocks here, this episode is starting to get a little longer than I was wanting. So I will go ahead and finish up with our stockpiles here, and then we'll end the episode. So that being said, actually, I'm going to come in, I'm going to add rock blocks. Let's look at what we're starting to get. So we do have andesite, which I'm actually going to add for a rock block. And then rock block, let's do mica. I don't think we have any rock blocks of. So andesite is definitely one that we're going to do a stockpile for. I think we'll do a cobaltite stockpile. Kimberlite we'll do a stockpile for, yes. And actually we'll do rock blocks there. So let's start there. So andesite. Stone. Andesite. Andesite boulder. And we'll do andesite blocks. Cobaltite. Other stone, so this is cobaltite. Cobaltite boulders. Come down, we'll do cobaltite blocks. Cobaltite blocks. We're going to come up, we're going to do kimberlite. Kimberlite blocks. And kimberlite boulders. Kimberlite boulders. And so mica, we don't have a ton of yet. With the clays, pyrolusite, slate. Was this the cobaltite here? Yeah, this is the cobaltite. So I think we're going to do the mica up here. So this is the boulder for mica. Oops. Mica boulders. And then mica blocks. Mica blocks. So we have mica, kimberlite, cobaltite, and andesite. So are the four that we are coming over and removing. So this is blocks. We need to come into blocks. And we are removing andesite. So 1, cobaltite 2, kimberlite 3, and mica 4. And then on the boulders, we're going to come in, other stone, we're going to remove andesite 1, cobaltite 2, kimberlite 3, mica 4. And then we will do some workshops. So kimberlite was on the top here, and I think we do still have a kimberlite block, we do. And then on the bottom is the andesite, which we should have a block. This is another one. We have kind of a lot of this gray type stones, and they're similar in color. Mica, I don't think we have a block for yet, but I'll check. Mica was on top. We have the orpiment. Oh, we do have one mica block. Perfect. And then on the bottom we have the cobalt. Okay. We'll hit play, let that get locked in a little bit. So the orth clays and slate. We could almost do a bigger stockpile for some of those. I think we're going to get some more dug. So this is a 6 by 11. Six by 11. And get one more dug here. 6 by 11. Okay. And they're starting to move the andesite. Very nice. Okay. Looks like we do have some migrants have arrived. Mistum has created a masterpiece cabinet. Poland cancels sheer creature, cancels prepare raw fish, and milk animal has been completed ×2. I am going to come up, I'm going to hit 5 here, and see door-wise what we can do here. So it was, let's go look at those couple type doors. Okay, perfect. We can do one of the couple type doors, and then I think we'll do check out the dowside doors here. Oh, that's a shame. Allanite. Okay, so we can do another Allanite door right there. We'll let them get those placed, and then we're actually going to make those bedrooms. So furniture. One, I am going to we're just going to get some stuff smoothed here, and then the rest of it we'll start having a little bit of smoothing done here, where the furniture is going to go permanently, and then we will go ahead and have them smooth the whole bedroom here. Okay. I'm going to hit play and let them finish placing the furniture here. And then we will go ahead and get those bedrooms drawn and assigned and end the video. Actually, looking at the time of the video, I think we're going to end it now. We will go ahead and get these bedrooms assigned kind of first thing next episode. So that being said, we're going to pause. This is a Mulani. If you enjoyed the video, please thumbs up it. If you enjoy what I'm producing, please subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next episode.